Hi, it's me again with Corel Tips and Tricks. Just yesterday, I helped somebody do this with the lens effect on this pattern. Somebody watched it and asked how he drew that pattern. He walked me through it a little bit. I'm going to take an ellipse, which really doesn't matter what size, and I'm going to hit P, put it in the center of the page. I'm going to take a 2-point line. I'm going to hit P, which really doesn't matter. Control D and make a duplicate. And I'm going to rotate it 20 degrees. Now I'm going to take, I didn't really have to make it duplicate. Now I could take this one and rotate it at negative 20 degrees. And we have that right there. I'm going to hold down the Alt key and select these two and Control G to group them. And then I'm going to go right here and set it on this quadrant. I'm going to Control D, and because we're working in the center of the page, alternate C to have it rotate from the center. And I'm going to rotate it 120 degrees. And then I'm going to Control D. Then take away your ellipse and you get that shape. It's kind of a weird shape because it's really the same every direction, but it's a little bit different. So we're just going to move this out of the way and get rid of our lines. And I am going to left click, right click, and I'm going to rotate it 30 degrees to get this level point right here. I'm going to go ahead and make it smaller. Now, I'm going to make it 6 inches. I need to make a 3-inch box. And I'm going to put that box right on that corner. Now I'm going to take this, Control D, and I'm going to put the center rotation in the center of the box. And it's already at 30, so I'm going to hit plus 180 to put it to the other side of the box. Now I can get rid of this box. Now I can group these together, Control G, Control D, and rotate it 60 degrees, and then Control D. And you get that right there. Now let's take it right here. We've got those grouped together. So let's ungroup them and let's select it all. Go up to, well, first we need to make it something thicker than a hairline. That's too thick. Let's go with 24 points. I'm going to go to Object and convert the outline to an object. And I'm going to left click, right click, and then I'm going to weld it together. And I think there's probably a bunch of different ways to do this. But if we take our parallel dimension tool and go from the outside to the inside, I need to make my parallel dimension bigger, 1498. So we're going to delete that. We're going to change our nudge factor to 14.98. I should have made it smaller. And I can Control D and move it over. And that matches right there. I'm going to make this smaller. I'll be way too big. Let's make it 4 inches with a ratio lock so it's that away. I still need to measure again. So I'm going to get the parallel dimension tool and go from the outside node to the inside node. I've got 391. So now I'm going to change my nudge factor to 3.91. And I'm going to duplicate this over. And see how it matches up perfectly? Now the other ones are going to be a little bit different. I'm going to go ahead and weld this together to get rid of that cross section. And to make this star effect, which is pretty cool, I don't know if we could measure it, but we're going to go right here and we're going to grab that node and we're going to put it, well, where do I need to put it? It's got to be a star. I'm going to overlap one of them is what I think I'm going to have to do. So I'm going to grab, well, see, there's a star in the middle there. Let's grab that node right there and put it like right there. And I'm going to have to zoom in. And we need to snap one of these. Like I'm going to take that node right there. I'm going to snap it to there. Nope, that isn't. That's off. I don't know why that's off. It has to be. There we go. So I need to put that node. Now I'm going to go ahead and weld this. And there's probably a way to do this, but I'm going to Control D and make a duplicate and then move. I know I have to make a duplicate, so I'm going to yeah, there you go. Now this is messed up, but we're going to fix that in a minute. I'm going to go ahead and weld that. And let's do it one more time, Control D, and see if I can't figure it out. A little easier way to describe it. Let me zoom in here. I've never done this, so I think I need to put that. No, I need to take this point right here and put it on that point. There we go. So now we could weld that. Now it's got some missing pieces, but what we can do, it's the same thing I've done before. This is not a centerable item, and this is not a centerable item. But then if we take a rectangle or a square and get our rectangle tool and go from the center, well, that's not going to be very big, and do this right here, I can always make it bigger. I'm going to remove these blue dots. I'm going to take that and make it blue, take away the outline, and then I'm going to intersect that, and I have this right here. That right there. And I could have made it a lot bigger, but then you could go from here and do anything you want to with it. Control D and make a duplicate and move that over to there, just making sure it kind of matches. It did pretty good. And then just take this whole thing and weld it. And look at that. You've got stars. For some reason, my star I made is a little bit off, but it still looks good. Let's turn that thing yellow. Take away the outline. Let's take a black box effect to really make it show off. And go up to Object, Order, Back a Page, and look at that. I mean, you've got intertwisting, star, star, stars. For some reason, this star is bigger than that star, but I don't really think it matters. It's a very cool pattern. And I just did this the other day in the video, or yesterday. If we Control D and make a duplicate, it'll make those yellow lines a lot brighter. I don't think that would work in printing. I know it wouldn't work in engraving, but if you were gonna, maybe a printer will, I don't see how that really helps, but it makes it richer. Anyway, I hope that helped that one person understand, and thank you for watching.